Hello, welcome if you're new here. If not, welcome back. My name is Leeann, and I have a blog that I write blog posts on, and I also like to make videos explaining a little more on them. And today's topic is, like you see in the title, if you're stuck, try this. I decided to make this video because right now my content is mainly centered around things I need to hear. And very recently, I went through a very rough patch. And when I reflect on that, I think the feeling that best describes that rough patch is feeling stuck. I was super stuck. I didn't really feel comfortable in the job that I was working at. My content felt super stale, and I felt stuck making the same stuff, even though I didn't want to make that kind of content anymore. And just overall, I felt like I wasn't really progressing in my life. I felt like I had seen this future of me being some awesome creator and me having some amazing job and me like being so independent, but I felt like I was doing absolutely nothing to reach that goal. And that feeling of feeling stuck wore me down really bad, and it was not a good time, and it took a lot to get out of it. And when I reflected on what are some things that helped me get out of it, I thought I would make this blog post for anyone who maybe is feeling the way I'm feeling now, or just, wants to avoid feeling stuck, because I think these tips are definitely helping me avoid feeling stuck. And so just to get right into it, the first one, which has a lot to do with being a creative or just somebody who likes to do, things outside of work, even I think this applies to work too, is just the fear of change and how it affects our identity. So psychologists have actually found that our identity is a very powerful thing, because the way that we talk about ourselves, describe ourselves, and think about ourselves in our head is gonna be the way that we are. If I say I'm healthy, I'm actually more inclined to make healthy choices and get myself to the gym than if I were to think, I'm on a diet, but I'm not much of a healthy person myself. Then it's going to feel like a struggle. It's going to be hard for me to eat the things I want to eat. Going to the gym is not going to be that fun. If I tell myself I'm lazy, it's going to be harder for me to be productive. If I tell myself I like to do things, it's going to be easier for me to be productive. Just that one simple mindset shift does a whole world of wonders for us. Setting goals is something a lot of people try to do when they're trying to change or make new habits. But simply changing our identity has actually been proven to be more beneficial than goal setting, because numbers and stuff can lead us to feeling a bit unsatisfied. But just having that identity in our heads, like if you want to learn to draw, you call yourself an artist, you're going to be more inclined to go out there and try drawing. I'm an artist. As opposed to being like, I'm trying to learn how to draw, and then you're just like putting yourself on the schedule and you just keep procrastinating. And that's what I was doing with my podcast. I was a podcaster. I was DJ Psyched. I still am DJ Psyched. Okay, that's my name. That's the name of this channel. But I let myself make that something bigger, because holding myself down to what DJ Psyched meant back when I first became DJ Psyched was really holding me back creatively. I didn't want to create the exact same kind of content. It had been a year since I started the podcast, and I had a different view of what I wanted it to be. I wanted the identity to change, but I wasn't willing to actually change the identity. I was kind of afraid of that. And for that, I was holding myself back, which left me feeling stuck. I didn't want to make that content, but I also didn't want to attack my identity. I didn't want to not be DJ Psyched anymore, and I was afraid of changing DJ Psyched's image, and the fact that I was afraid that DJ Psyched would lose its pizzazz if I changed it, and it didn't. I do create under the name Get Psyched. My name is Get DJ Psyched. I go by DJ Psyched sometimes, but Get DJ Psyched is what I've put myself across on all platforms. And I think that letting myself broaden my horizon has helped me to create a lot of different kinds of content and has made me more proud of the content I'm creating. It also makes me feel good about myself, because now I truly don't see myself as a podcaster or a blogger or any of those things. I see myself as a creative. In my downtime, I do a lot of reading. I read like graphic novels and stuff. So I'd like to think that one day, I don't know, maybe I'll write a book, maybe I'll write a graphic novel, maybe I'll draw for graphic novels, who knows, maybe I'll film videos, maybe I won't. I like to keep it open. I'm a creative, and because I've changed that identity part of myself, I'm no longer holding myself down to a label or an identity that doesn't fit me. I'm a creative, I'm broad, and thinking those things about myself makes me feel good about the fact that I will go out there and create whatever I'm feeling for the day. Last week I made a video that was just a bit more edited and very different from what I usually do, but right now I'm making a video that suits me at the moment. I want to not make a whole bunch of highly produced videos, because videos aren't the only thing I'm focused on right now, but I do want to make some. So I'm only able to make these adjustments because of that identity thing. So that's the big key point I want to make. don't let your identity hold you back. Don't think, sit there and imagine this version of yourself that makes you feel stuck. If you're at a job and you don't really see yourself liking that job anymore, but you've attached your identity to it, you have to look at your identity and think, why did I attach that to my identity? Can I fix that? Can I change the way I see myself to make you feel better about maybe changing up the way you do your job or changing up the job? So that was my first tip. Don't let your identity hold you back. Be careful about what you think about yourself. And if you click on the link below to look at the blog, I do have the article linked, one of the articles talking about identity. It's a really interesting read. I think that it kind of just helps to better understand this concept of how just the little thoughts that we have can really impact our quality of life. And for me, that was life-changing. It's so nice to think that the easy thing I can do is just think differently about myself, and I can start to change the things I do. And going back into what I was saying about all those things I want to do, my second biggest thing, if you're like me and you are in a rut and you don't really know what you want to do, is to just do whatever you can get your hands on. Do anything and everything. If you think, okay, maybe I want to do this, but I'm not sure, well, then try it. What's the harm in trying? And I think for me, that was pretty life-changing in getting out of my rut, was just let me try something. I did this with work. It's kind of like a more extreme example. I did leave my old job and I tried a different one. I don't really like where I'm at right now, so I went and found another kind of job, and I'm going to start soon, and I'm excited to see how that works out for me. But not even in the work field. If you're just thinking about anything, right? I was in a rut with my podcast, so I decided to start blogging more and trying out different genres of blogging. I haven't really released much aside from these development, self-care, self-development type pieces, because they're just what I need to hear right now. But I have been writing on my own and working on different stories, different poems, things like books and such that I've been drafting up in my own spare time, and it feels really good to have started working on these kinds of projects. And the thing I like about all these different projects I'm working on is that they will help me decide what I want to do. If I can't choose what I want to do now, I can just do a bunch of things, and then whatever doesn't work out, I can take that off my list, and slowly but surely I'll get towards what I actually want to do. So that was my second one. Just try anything and everything if you want to get out of a rut. But my third tip goes way deeper, and this one is just important to me to put in because this is what actually really, really helped me the most get out of my rut. It's just sometimes it's deeper than what you're doing. Sometimes the problem isn't how you're viewing yourself. Sometimes when you're in a rut, it's not that you're doing the wrong stuff. Sometimes it can be a deeper problem. And for that, I say seek professional help if you can. Talk to a therapist or a counselor or, your support system, your friends, your family, and get actual help if you feel like you need it, because depression and anxiety are real problems that run way deeper sometimes and need real regulation. After seeing my professionals and leaning on my support system, I was able to make some changes that really, really helped me out. And although it's really fun to watch videos of random YouTubers online talking about self-development and stuff, and it can be really beneficial if you're trying to get yourself into this mindset of productivity and growth, it does not replace the help of a professional if you need the help of a professional. So I just really wanted to throw that in there because it was super helpful for me. And something I also shared in the blog post was just that I was a little scared of taking medicine for my mental health for a very long time. It's something I've always kind of been weary of. But it really did help me because of, my professionals guiding me, my support system being there, and me doing my own research. I was able to feel comfortable starting something like that, and it was actually super beneficial. And not to say that I only do medication. I practice a lot of mindfulness, as you could tell if you go through my channel and stuff. Mindfulness, blogging, and learning about the world is my thing. But I did realize that I could use a little bit more help from professionals, and I got that help, and it helped ages in getting me out of a rut and making me feel like I won't fall back into one anytime soon. In a rut, stuck is kind of a weird term, but I didn't want to say if you're feeling depressed or anxious, because I think when you're in a rut, those feelings will naturally happen a little bit. You'll have a bit of that depression and anxiety or sometimes numbness when you're feeling stuck. But for me, stuck was the best way I could phrase all of those emotions I was feeling into one thing, right? The depression, the anxiety, all those mixed feelings just kind of had me feeling stuck. And this takes me into my final point of this video. If you really want to try to get yourself out of a rut and stay out of a rut, one of the best things you can do for yourself is practice mindfulness. I know that word is just everywhere these days, but that's because it's growing in popularity, because mindfulness can really benefit us in a lot of things. Staying mindful and open and understanding yourself and the world around you it can just really help you call yourself out and see what you're doing and see what you could be doing. And in a world like today where everything is so oversaturated, everything is like, this world is too much for all of us. Social media can be too heavy for us. Even going out on the roads can be more than we were built for. Everything can be really, really heavy. So staying mindful, centering yourself, making sure you have quiet time, making sure you're taking time to take care of yourself, making sure that you're taking time to actually take care of the things you value on top of all the other things you have to take care of is really important. And with this topic in particular, when I talk about mindfulness, I think one of the biggest things to point out is to listen to yourself and listen to your body and listen to your mind. Because your emotions, just like your body, will try to tell you something, right? If you eat something kind of like gross or something you shouldn't be eating, like I'm lactose intolerant. If I had dairy, my body would tell me no. It's the same kind of thing if, let's say, I'm working at a job I shouldn't be working and it's just kind of cramping my style. The reason I left my job was because, not that it was bad, it really wasn't. I liked the job. It was just that it kind of was draining a lot of my creative energy. And because of that, whenever I'd get off work, I wouldn't have any creative energy left in me to put into my own creative stuff. And although I loved doing that job and I loved helping in that creative venture, it was stalling my own. And my body was telling me that that wasn't okay. I really want to create for myself. Therefore, if I can't create for myself, my body's telling me, stop. You got to stop what you're doing because we're not doing what we want to be doing. And our emotions will tell us these kinds of things. So we have to be mindful enough to listen to them. That's all, right? Like, if your stomach hurts and you ignore it, you're just going to keep having stomach aches. And it's the same kind of things with our emotions. If you're starting to feel down about something that you're doing and you continue to do that thing, you're still going to feel down from doing it. So that's all. Those are my big 4 tips. Make sure that you don't let your identity hold you back. Try everything you can if you feel like you don't know what to do, because why not? Make sure you lean on your support system and seek real professional help if you need it, and stay mindful, listen to your body, listen to yourself, because honestly, as cheesy as this may sound, I feel like we usually kind of have the answers inside of us. We know what's best for us. Our bodies are built to like safeguard us and take care of us. I'm an INFJ. I don't know if you could tell that by watching this video. I kind of overthink things a little bit too much and maybe over-explain. But that's why this is my channel, because I can upload whatever random stuff I want on it. And right now I am in this kind of phase where writing these really help me reflect on myself. They kind of help me understand myself as a creator, and they're kind of helping me come to new explorations. And this video in particular, when I started making it, I had a lot of mixed feelings about the topic, and I actually switched the topic quite a lot. And this is what I ended up coming up with, and it really, really felt good, because it kind of made me realize that I need to take this advice to heart, and I need to try way more things. My videos and my blogs have all been of the nonfiction, self-development category, and I'm kind of feeling done with that right now. I think I want to focus on doing fiction type stories. I want to write fiction again, and whether it's good or not, I'm going to start posting fiction at some point. Maybe the next thing will be fiction, maybe it won't, because I've already planned out a few posts. But I do want to start posting fiction again, and I want to start posting videos that are just different, not this. I have a video plan that I'm really excited about, and my fiance just told me she's totally down to do it with me, so I'm really excited about that. But I'm taking my own advice, and I hope that you could take some of this too. If you're feeling like you're in a rut or something, I hope this information could be useful to you. If it is, if any of this, stood out to you, or maybe seems like good advice, let me know in the comments below. I'd love to know what stands out to you. And thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to read the whole blog post, I'll link it below in the description. But like I said, thank you for watching this. Thank you for getting through the whole thing. If you liked it, like, comment, and subscribe. I would love your support. I hope I can come out with some cool stuff soon. I've got a lot of ideas, but like I said, I've just recently gotten out of this rut myself. I'm trying to explore stuff, so who knows what's going to end up on this channel next, but I appreciate your support. I appreciate you watching, and until next time, stay psyched.